Alright, well, if you could tell by the title, we ended up getting another vehicle. I don't exactly know what I'm gonna name it yet, but I'll probably just be more straightforward with this video compared to the other like new car videos. But as you can tell, we're in it right now. It is another BMW, and looking in the interior, it is another E46. So I found it locally. It was a good deal for some of the work that had been done to it. Really, I got it for one main reason, and it was something that I want to do on the black car, but I know it's gonna be a few grand to do. I've already gotten some quotes from a few different people to do it, but it is the rear subframe reinforcements. So it has the plates welded in. The welding itself doesn't look necessarily great, but I don't think I could, realistically do any better. So, it is what it is. But they are done, and on top of that, there are some other good little parts on there that I didn't necessarily realize, and I don't think the seller necessarily realized either until I went and saw it and looked underneath it. But yeah, and to go along with that, it's not issue free. There are obviously some issues, but I got it for a pretty decent deal, considering what was already done to it, and the parts it had on it and stuff like that. So yeah, so it is a 2000 328 CI. So it's got an M52 tub, M52 tub 28. The aluminum, unfortunately, but is what it is. So so far, I like it. In a little bit, we'll take a turn and kind of walk around it. It's fairly clean. It's got a little higher mileage than the black car. This one has 150,000, and I don't necessarily, I believe that is true, but who really knows with these cars? People can swap dashes and such. But overall, it is pretty nice. I've done a few things already to it, so this isn't exactly how I got it, and we'll kind of go over that in a different video, what I swapped, and you'll be able to probably tell right away what I swapped. But yeah, so we still got some stuff, eventually I need to do some maintenance stuff, but I'll go over that once we pull over and give you a nice little walk around of the car and show you everything then. So yeah, this is her. As you can see, it's a little bit cleaner than the black car as far as paint goes. That's also why I wanted it. As much as I love the black car, it's nice having a car that has nice paint. This is right here is pretty much the only mark on the car. It's got some peeling, and everything else, like it's got the normal swirls and shit like that, but aside from that, it is it's pretty damn clean. And I like that there's no chrome. It's all black, so the trim black, all this is black. I think it looks really good. So I don't exactly know the paint color. I can look on there. I don't know it off the top of my head, but yeah, I really do enjoy it. The exhaust I don't necessarily love, but that's aftermarket too. So if you want to roll into some of the parts it has on it, you can tell I swapped the Apex wheels over. It looks really good. I think you throw those on pretty much anything and it's gonna look good. But we got the Apex wheels on there. The exhaust, it's got an aftermarket muffler. I don't exactly know what it is, but I do want to probably cut the resonator like on the black car and then fix this, because it can definitely just kind of pop around in there. So I know when it's driving, it's definitely bumping around. So I'll have the exhaust shop throw another hanger on there. Underneath, like I said, it does have the reinforcements done. It also has some upgraded sway bars. I don't know if you'll be able to see them, but so it has those, I think you can see them, they're like they're the red sway bars. The front and back, it has those, and then in the rear it also has adjustable camber arms, so I can mess with those. So you know, that's kind of cool. That's another part I wanted on the black car, just to kick the back a little bit out. I think right now they're set at like perfect 0, just by looking at it. And then suspension wise, it does have coilovers all the way around. They're ISE coilovers, and the fronts have camber plates. They are stiff. They're very, very stiff, which is nice in a way, also not nice. Like, I'm not really gonna be dailying this car because of it. Like, the roads where I live are super rough, but it's gonna be super nice for the track. You know, like, autocross in the black car was something on my mind, was that the suspension was probably a little too soft for it. And don't get me wrong, the Bilsteins are very, very comfortable. I love the Bilsteins, but for more competitive type stuff, I think something like these coilovers, the ISEs, or just stiffer spring rates is probably the way to go. So my idea with this car is to make it a like primarily my autocross track day car, and then just slowly progress from there. Since the parts it's got on it, it's already kind of angled that way. So I'm probably gonna strip the back seats out. It also has the strut bars front and rear, and then on top of that, I swapped in the bucket seat that was in the black car as well, so that's in there. But yeah, so as far as issues go, some of the stuff with it is the rear end's got a clunk in first gear. I don't know exactly what it is, but something's going on back there, so we need to take a look at that. I have a spare rear end that's been sitting in my storage for probably, I don't know, a year. It's all OEM bushings, but I think they look like they're in good condition. So I think we're just gonna try and drop this one and throw the spare in, see if that fixes the problem, and then replace all the bushings in this one once it's out. Speaking of the rear end, this one also has a 3.46 diff. My spare rear end also has a 3.46, so that, you know, should be relatively easy to swap, but that'll be happening, you know, in a few videos for sure. Then looking inside the wheels, both have drilled and slotted rotors front and back. And then I think the previous owner said that he had put Akabono pads in there, which, you know, that should be pretty good. So overall, it's set up pretty well. I'm liking it so far, minus obviously the rear end clunk. We'll have to do something about that, but you know, we'll get there. But as far as the interior, got our bucket seat, and then the rest of it's just gray. Honestly, it's in pretty good condition. It's in, you know, it's in decent condition. Got the normal wear and tear on some of the leather stuff, but yeah, so not too bad. I got, looking at the older style steering wheel. I don't know if I'll keep that yet. And one of the other things I did is I put an eBay short shifter in there just for the time being, and then we'll probably step up to something a bit nicer. But yeah, here she is. So good addition to the to, you know, our little stable of cars. For now, my idea is to keep both of them, the black car as well. That might change in the future, to be honest with you, but for now we're gonna keep both of them. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see what ends up happening with this blue car, and yeah, I'm happy to have something else to work on and learn new things. You know, this one has different issues than the black car, so you know, it's all just about learning and figuring stuff out. But hopefully we can take this to an autocross event soon, see what it can do. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for today, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one and see what else we ended up getting ourselves into. But thanks for watching. Have a good one. Take care.